everybody. This is Dr. Forth, and today I'm actually going to talk about goal setting. I mentioned in a previous video, actually the time management one. Time management and goal setting are closely related, but I felt like this deserved its own video. So today that's what we're going to be talking about. And we need to understand the difference between a goal versus just dreams and aspirations. Dreams and aspirations, those are valuable things because they help us to imagine the things that we want to accomplish and so forth. But the difference is when you make something a goal, you actually put concrete plans to make that happen. And so that's what we're talking about today, is setting a goal. And there are several good acronyms for directing and organizing your goal setting. The first one you might be familiar with because this is a more popular acronym for talking about goals, and that is SMART. So acronym means that the first letter of each word in the phrase is used to make that abbreviation. S stands for specific. So if we make a goal that, hey, I'm going to get good grades this term, that's not really a good goal because good grades is not specific. Think about what you're really trying to accomplish. We might instead say, I'm going to get all A's and B's. I'm going to have a grade point average for this term of whatever it is, right? That's specific. Or I will achieve an improvement in my overall GPA of X grade point. So that's another way to look at it. Measurable, I think that is pretty obvious to all of us, means that we can check and see if we actually accomplished the thing that we said we were going to do. So it has to be measurable. Otherwise, we can't have any accountability for that. Achievable. Now, goals should stretch you a little bit, but it shouldn't be so pie in the sky that there's no way that you could accomplish that. If you set goals that are so lofty that you just can't achieve them, you're not really encouraging yourself. You're setting yourself up for repetitious episodes of failure and disappointment. So don't do that. It should be a little bit scary, but it should be something that you can definitely do. R is for relevant. It should align with your long-term plans. And T, time bound. So by a certain time period, you're going to accomplish this. So that is the SMART goal model. Another one that I heard about recently is PACT, P-A-C-T. And where other methods focus on the outcome, the PACT goals really look more at what you're actually putting into the process. This goal setting method was developed by Anne Laurel-Kumpf, who is actually a neuroscientist at King's College in London. So I have to give her credit for that. I had not heard of this concept before, and it looks intriguing. So the P in PACT stands for purposeful. This is your why. Perhaps you've heard people talk about what is your why? And that's something you're going to have to figure out for yourself. Like, why are you accomplishing this? Well, I want to study science so that I can develop cool stuff to help people with whatever. I want to be the most accomplished business person because I want to be able to create a charity to do whatever. Or I want to make a whole bunch of money, so I can have the kind of lifestyle that I want. Whatever your why is, that's the P, purposeful. So your goals that you're setting should align with what your ultimate why is. Examples might be good grades can lead to internships and scholarship opportunities, which would allow you to further your education and get some assistance paying for school. A is actionable. It needs to be something that you can do, something that you can have an impact on. You can't make a goal about something that you have no control over. So A is for actionable, C is continuous. Avoid analysis paralysis. Analysis paralysis, where you sit there and think, well, let me line up all these little pieces and parts and make sure everything's perfect before I take an action step. And I admit to being guilty of that very often myself. Did you know perfectionism is a form of procrastination? I heard about that from another creator on YouTube. She's absolutely right. I had never thought about it that way. I just thought I was trying to make sure things were done in a high quality way. Don't get into that habit of perfectionism and procrastinating, because you can always improve, fix it. But if you never take an action step, you're never going to go anywhere. T is for trackable. That's kind of like measurable in the SMART goal model. So you should be able to keep track of incremental steps towards your achievement. And that gives you a sense of accomplishment, which helps you to stay motivated. Any kind of effective goal setting means you're going to write down your goals, because writing them, you're taking action and accountability. Break them into smaller steps and focus on process type actions, not just outcome. And you want to align your environment to support success. Okay, so that means that you make sure that your study space is set up in a way that works for you, and that you're hanging out with the kind of people who have similar values to you. As I mentioned, writing down the goals, I like the idea of dry erase marker on the mirror in the bathroom. Now, if you're living in the dorms and the bathroom's shared by, other people, that's probably not something that you can do, but you probably have a mirror in your room. Or you could set up notes on your personal bulletin board, or you can get individual sized whiteboards for putting up in your particular room. And that's a good place to post your goals. Choose goals that motivate and inspire you. And remember, they should challenge you a little bit, but still be achievable. Break the larger ones up into small bite-sized pieces, little manageable tasks, and create a timeline. This is going to help you to avoid procrastination. And if you want more tips to help you with that, you can make sure that you download the time management guide. I'm going to put a link in the description. And I have an online class that includes information about study skills and environmental management, integrating mindfulness techniques, all to help you to achieve academic success. So I hope that you found information that was helpful and interesting. Make sure you like and subscribe so that you can see my next post.